Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex, and today we're looking at a paper from the Hugging Face trending list, published on July 1st, 2025, so just yesterday. This paper reveals that even today's best AI model only achieves 65.1% accuracy when trying to judge the quality of scientific answers. The paper is titled, SciArena, an open evaluation platform for foundation models in scientific literature tasks. And this finding really highlights the major challenge of automated evaluation for science. The authors built a community-driven platform to rank models on scientific tasks by collecting over 13,000 votes from researchers. So, to tackle this evaluation problem, the authors developed a three-part system called SciArena. First, human researchers ask a scientific question. The system then gets two different foundation models, which are these large, general-purpose AIs, to write answers, and the researcher votes for the better one. These votes then feed a public leaderboard, ranking the models using an ELO rating system, a method like those used in chess. Finally, they use all this human preference data to test how well other AIs can judge the answers, which gets us back to that low 65.1% score. This figure gives us a nice visual of how that whole SciArena pipeline works. It's a three-step process. First, for scientific literature retrieval, a researcher's question is used to search over 100 million papers. The best results are then ranked by a cross-encoder re-ranker, which is a specialized model that's really good at comparing the question to each document to find the most relevant ones. Next, two random AI models generate answers based on this text. Finally, after standardizing the formatting, the answers are presented side by side for a human expert to vote on. Now, before we can trust the model rankings built from all those human votes, we first need to know if the votes themselves are reliable. This table shows us exactly that. It looks at two metrics: inter-annotator agreement, which measures how often different experts agree with each other, and self-consistency, which is how often a single expert makes the same choice over time. The results are really strong. On average, different experts agreed 82% of the time, and individuals were consistent 94% of the time. This tells us the human preference data is very high quality. Building on that strong data reliability, this table presents the main event, the SciArena leaderboard. It ranks 23 different models using their ELO score, which, as a reminder, is a way to calculate relative skill levels in head-to-head comparisons. The results are pretty clear. A model called O3 is the standout winner, dominating across all scientific disciplines. It consistently scores over 100 points higher than the next best proprietary model, Claude 4 Opus. It's also great to see a strong open-source contender, DeepSeek R10528, securing the fourth overall spot. So, given that O3 is so good at generating answers, the next logical question is, can it also judge answers? This table shows the results from the SciArena eval benchmark, where models were tested on their ability to pick the better of two scientific answers, just like the human experts did. The results are, well, quite surprising. The best model, again O3, only achieved 65.1% accuracy. That's just about 15 points better than a random guess. This really drives home the core challenge. Evaluating nuanced scientific reasoning automatically is incredibly difficult. Despite that surprisingly low evaluation score, this next chart helps us understand why O3 is still considered the top model for generating answers. We're looking at the ELO scores for the top 5 models, but this time broken down by different types of scientific questions. And you can see that O3 in dark blue is dominant. It wins in 4 out of 5 categories, like explaining concepts and summarizing a paper's findings. There's only one exception, methodology inquiry, where Claude 4 Opus just barely pulls ahead. This shows O3's strength is broad and consistent. So even with that one small exception, O3's overall performance is really impressive. And that brings us to the end of our look at SciArena. The big takeaway here is twofold. First, this new platform gives us a reliable, human-powered way to see which models are actually best at scientific tasks, with O3 currently leading the pack. But second, and this is crucial, we see a huge gap between a model's ability to generate a good answer and its ability to judge one, highlighting a major challenge for the field. That's all for this AI Research Roundup. Thanks for tuning in.